What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin, and I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. You know I love you. All right, so today's video is going to be on this eye look right here. It's very bronzy, glowy, summertime glam. The weather is really heating up here in Tampa, and it is just making me very, very, very excited for the spring and summer months. So the palette that we're going to be using today is this one right here. This is actually, I think this was a summer palette from last year from Colourpop. It is the Your Golden palette. It really is just a bronzy, warm-toned beach lover, summer lover's dream in a palette. I really, really, really like this palette. I've used it a bunch off of camera, but I have not yet done a video with this, so I had a lot of fun playing around with this today. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this eye look, then come along for the ride and let's get right into the video. Okay, let's get started on this look. So the first thing I'm going to do, as always, is prime my eyes. This is my e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. This is in the shade Cream. I usually use the shade Rose, but I picked this one today because I feel like the fake tan that I use is a little bit more on the golden side, so I just wanted a base that was a little bit more golden as opposed to the other one, which is like slightly more pinky neutral. I'm sure it really doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things because we are just going to go over this primer with an entire eye look, but I don't know, that was just my thinking in using this one instead of the one that I normally use. Alright, diving right into the palette here, I'm going to take this shade PCH, and this is what I'm going to use to set the lid. I'm really excited to be using this palette today because this was actually a summer palette from last year, I believe. So I've had it for a while, and I've used it a bunch off camera on myself, but I haven't used it in a video, so I'm definitely excited to be filming with it. I definitely feel like if you like mega palettes and you are like a beach summer lover, this is definitely like a dream eyeshadow palette for you. It definitely is for me. Okay, next I'm going to move down one. I'm going to take this shade called Covet, and I'm getting that on a nice big fluffy brush, and we're just going to start building this look up in the crease. This is really not going to be anything revolutionary. It's definitely going to be like kind of my go-to standard makeup technique because it's just what I love. It's what I love to do, and it's what I actually wear, and I feel like I want to share more looks like that with you guys. So I'm really going big with this here. I'm not worried about keeping this too concentrated in one spot or anything. That's why I'm using this big fluffy brush. I really just want this color blown out all over the lid as a nice base color for the rest of the look. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Secret Spot. It's just a shade or two darker than Covet. I'm going to grab that on a slightly more tapered blending brush. And we're still going to work in the crease here, but we are going to keep it concentrated a little bit closer just to the crease and right above my brow bone here. As you can see, I have a very strong brow bone. So I want to take this up a little bit, but not too far because I don't want it to overpower the first color that we used. So using a brush that's more tapered like this just helps you keep things concentrated. I always feel like when you're doing your eyeshadow, a good basic rule for blending brushes is to have a big fluffy one that can cover a wider surface area and then have something that's a little bit more tapered at the top so that you can still blend nicely, but you can also concentrate the blend in certain areas a little bit more. And also, don't feel like you have to have this palette to do this look. The colors in this palette are pretty standard, just like warm bronzy tones, so I feel like you can recreate this look with whatever eyeshadow palette you have at home if these are your tones. Just find something similar. I mean, there's a million eyeshadow palettes out there, and how different are all the colors really? I mean, you know, they're really not, so don't feel like you need to go buy this palette just to do this look. Definitely if you have a palette with a similar color scheme, you can recreate this. Okay, next I'm going to come down here to the shade Slumber. This is going to give us a little depth in the outer corner, but it's also going to really warm this look up even more. So this is a number 10 brush from the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes collection, and I am just going to start packing this color into the outer corner here with this. I'm sorry guys, a lot of my brushes are from BH Cosmetics brush sets because I really love their brushes. They are super affordable, and for the most part they perform really well, and they're all synthetic bristles, so they're not made with animal hair. But if you have or haven't heard the news, BH Cosmetics recently filed for bankruptcy and then got acquired actually by Revolution Beauty. So I'm curious to see how that goes, but they don't have a lot of inventory on their website, at least not their US website, because of that. So I think you can still get some stuff at Ulta. I just don't know how many of these brushes are in stock versus out of stock, so sorry about that. Just if you have it, find something in your collection with a similar shape. This one is just kind of like a round, chubby, almost like a pencil brush, but chubbier. And again, this just helps kind of concentrate things in the outer corner. And because it's not as fluffy, it helps you pack on the shadow a little bit more as opposed to blending it out. And then once I've built that up, I'm gonna take the brush that I was just using for that last shade, and I'm not putting any extra product on it. I'm just gonna use this to start to blend this out. Actually, on second thought, I am going to get a little bit of that shade Slumber on this brush, so literally just a tap, just to have a little bit of shadow on the brush to assist with the blend. Okay, so for the lid, I was originally thinking I wanted one of these shades, but now that we're here, I think I want to do this one and just keep the look very warm, very like orangey. So the shade is called Sandy. I'm just going to get my finger right in it and get a decent amount of that shimmer on my finger. And to start, I'm just going to see how it looks when I just tap it on. My nails aren't too long today, so I feel like I can spread this out mostly with my finger. And then I'll use a brush to get into the areas where I feel like I need to be a little bit more precise. But I do really like that color. I feel like it fades really nicely into the shade we have in the outer corner. Okay, so now that I've got that color mostly where I want it on the lid, I'm just gonna take a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm dipping it right into that same color. Again, it's called Sandy. And I'm gonna use this brush just to round things out. I specifically want to get a little bit more precision here in the inner corner and up towards the crease. I just want to make sure I have the color placement where I want and it doesn't look messy. Yeah, I just think that looks so pretty, so just like bright and beautiful. I like that a lot. All right, and now that we've worked that onto the lid, I'm just taking a little bit more of that outer corner shade, and I'm gonna spend a little time blending these two shades together. I don't want to lose this matte color that we have in the outer corner here, and I don't want to lose the shimmer either. So I always like to just spend a little time blending the two together. Okay guys, so now I'm actually gonna go do my base and film it. So I will have another video coming, just, I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but it'll be like my everyday go-to glowy base makeup, something along those lines. So stay tuned for that. That should be up after this video. So I'm gonna go do my base and then I will come back and we will finish up this eye look. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay friends, I am back. My base is done. I'm feeling a pretty glowy and summery. I love it. This is definitely my go-to, so definitely stay tuned for the video on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my brows really quickly. This is my Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Brunette. I've been trying to do a much less structured brow recently and just kind of lightly fill them in. For a while I was doing brows first and then outlining them with concealer and making them really snatched. And lately I've just kind of been over that. To me, I feel like it was a lot of effort and took a long time, and I had a tendency to sometimes overdo my brows that way. So I've started waiting until after I do the rest of my makeup to then kind of just fill in my brows and like try to finish them off and just perfect them without, I don't know, I guess just like try to make them cohesive with the rest of my makeup without filling them in too heavy. So like you can see the difference between this one and this one, like just enough to make it look like I didn't forget to do them. Okay, brows are on. Let's finish up the eyes. So since we went pretty bronzy with the shimmer, especially in this look, I think it would be fun to add a little bronzy eyeliner to the waterline. So this is from Colourpop. It's the shade Get Paid. It's from their BFF Cream Gel Eyeliner line. And I think this will be a beautiful way to fill in the waterline without being too dark. It's got kind of a metallic sheen to it, so I just think it ties in really well with the look. Okay, then next I'm going to take just like a flat definer brush and I'm going to go into Slumber. And I'm just going to stamp this along the lower lash line. And then coming back up into the shade Secret Spot, I'm getting it on a little teeny tiny little blending brush here. And I'm going to use this to smoke out the lower lash line. So you can make this as smoky as you want. You can keep it tight. Like you can keep it tighter to your eyelid if you want. You can blow it out a little bit further down, whatever you want. Just making sure we're connecting it in the outer corner here. Blend till your little heart is content. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. Okay, and then to finish things off, I do want to add a little bit of brightness to the eyeshadow. So I'm going to take the shade Jet Set on a little pencil brush, and I might even mix in a little bit more of this golden shade One Way here. And this is what is going to go on the inner corner and the brow bone highlight. Okay, I think we're ready for lashes. So I do want to apply some mascara and show you guys how this would look with just mascara first if you're not into lashes. So I am just gonna curl my eyelashes. All right, and then lately I've been using a lash primer before putting mascara on. So this is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplifying Primer. Lash primers can just help to prevent your mascara from flaking off, to add a little bit of length and thickness to your lashes before you go over top with mascara. I just feel like it's a little step that can't hurt. All right, and then I'm just gonna go over top with some of my Colourpop BFF Volumizing Mascara. And sometimes before my mascara completely dries, if I feel like it's a little too clumpy, I'll just take one of my little disposable spoolies and try to separate them as best I can. So here is this eye look with just mascara. I feel like it does look nice if you are not into fake lashes, if you naturally have amazing lashes, whatever the case is. I think you can stop here and you have a complete look and it looks pretty. I always want more. I always want lashes, so I am now going to go ahead and pop on some fake lashes. These have been my current favorite. They are the Kiss My Lashes But Better in the style So Real. I haven't updated my lash collection recently. I need to get some wispier, more natural looking ones. So these are actually the most natural looking ones that I had in my drawer at this point. So I'm going to pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, moving right along here, let's do lip liner. So I am going to use a Colourpop Lippie Pencil. This one is in the shade Minute Man. This is I would say this is kind of like a medium warm nude, so I think it'll go really well with this look. All right, and then for lipstick, I'm gonna do another favorite. This is the Colourpop Lippie Stick in the shade Cookie. This is one of those lipsticks that, like, when my friends are like, I need a nude, I'm like, you need Cookie by Colourpop. Go get it at Ulta right now. And then to finish things off with a little bit of gloss, I am going to top this lip off with the Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. This is in the shade Skinny Dip. Perfect. All right, you guys, here is the finished look. I have to say, I'm obsessed. This is just one of those looks, again, like this is something that I would actually go out and about with. I would actually wear and feel amazing wearing it. This is one of those looks that, like, when I'm out, like, girls will come up to me and be like, oh my God, I love your makeup. What are you wearing? Like that type of look, that's what this is. And I just love it, you know? Sometimes you just can't go wrong with the basics. It doesn't have to be complex, it doesn't have to be crazy, but it can still be beautiful and glowy and glam, which is my favorite type of look. So with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope this gave you some inspo for eyeshadow for the coming warmer weather. I know that I sound like I'm bragging when I say this, but I live in Tampa. The weather is already kind of gorgeous summer weather here as we're heading, it's like mid-March when I'm filming this. So feels like summer here to me, so I am all about this like beachy glam vibe that we got going on here. But if you're in a place where it's not, the weather hasn't quite broken yet, then I hope that this look makes you excited for the warm weather to come. With all of that being said, again, one more time, stay tuned for my video on this complexion look. Maybe you can pair this eye look and the complexion together and just get this full look. That will be up right after this eyeshadow tutorial, so keep an eye out for that. If you have made it this far in the video and you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to have you here. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am at DevDevGregs over there. And with that, I will catch you in my next one. Mwah. Love you. Bye.